So I said, wake me up. Well, guess what happened the first time I did that? He woke me up at 3:30 a.m. And I went, God, it's like 2 hours before I get up. I said, do you think I need 2 hours with you? Like, this was my question. God said, you asked me to wake you up because you wanted to spend time with me. Now you're grumbling about how much time you want to spend with me. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So I woke up at 3:30 the first time, and I was like, okay, guess what time I went to bed that night?
6:30.
I was really tired at 7 o'clock, but you know what? I didn't get to bed until about 10 o'clock that night.
Oh no, I would have been
You know, I was so tired that I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to change this whole thing. So I said, all right, scrap this. I didn't like that early start. I said, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going to bed earlier. So I'm going to bed at 8 p.m. Okay? So I said, I'm going to go to bed at 8 p.m. and I'm going to get up at 4 a.m. I've still got my 2 hours now. So that's what I started doing. I was going to bed at 8 p.m. and getting up at 4 a.m. And you know what? I found it worked. It was awesome. It really worked for me. But you will find what works for you. Whether you have to start going to bed earlier, which means you might have to bring the evening routine down to a fine art. It might become like clockwork that, you know, when the kids finish school, then, okay, they do the homework while I do the dinner, while that one's in the shower, while, what, you know, you'll work it out. You know your own family. You know your own routine. You will work it out, and everyone will have a time slot for everything. And I strongly suggest a routine is very beneficial to being consistent and committed, okay? I know that there are people that are resistant to routine. But if you want consistent, I do suggest you try and find one that works. It might mean you have to try 3, 4, 5 times to make it work. Once you get something that works on paper, don't say it doesn't work until you've tried it for at least 30 days, okay? It takes 30 days to make a habit. It takes 90 days to break a habit. Really, you shouldn't quit till you've done 120 days. However, if it's just not working, okay, go back to the paper, find something that does work. So that's a little bit crazy. I understand that. But that's what worked for me. And that worked really, really well until I started being in Townsville and Air and here, there, and everywhere. And my bedtime was going like anywhere between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock at night. So then this begins to suffer. So guess what? Because this was suffering, guess what I did? I did something really naughty. I scrapped that. I took out the walk. And do you know what? It didn't make me happy. I'll tell you that. Shh. But I took out the walk because I needed the time with God. And then I learned that when I took out the walk to spend my morning time with God, I would then put the walk in the afternoon somewhere. It doesn't feel as good. But if you don't have a life that's 2 days in home and 2 days here and 3 days there and everywhere else, I strongly suggest you find the routine that works. If you do have a crazy life that has you working a few days here, a few days there, a few days everywhere, then make daily routines. Mondays are this, Tuesday. Okay, so if you're struggling with that daily review, put it on your prayer list. Ask God to help you. The daily review of your memory verses. 143 verse 8. Yes. Verse Locker? Okay, so Ambrose is sharing with us that he's found an app that can help you with your scripture memory. There's an app that you can put on your phone called Verse Locker. So maybe you would like to go and see Ambrose afterwards if you would like to see the app, and he can show you about that. So for now, we're going to move forward into our testimony time and our prayer time. All right. Thank you.
Hopefully next week I'll be in
sure.